This video is going to cover how to find the surface area of a triangular prism. First, we need to identify what surfaces we need to find the area of. We have three rectangles connecting the bases together, starting with the bottom base, the one formed by the hypotenuse, and then the one on the left. In addition, we also have our bases, which are triangles. Let's look at the rectangles first. Starting with the bottom, we can see it's a rectangle formed by the base of the triangle and the length of the prism. The area of the bottom would be 5 inches multiplied by 8 inches, which would give us 40 inches squared. The left rectangle is formed by the same dimensions as the first. We have a 5-inch leg from the triangle and the 8-inch length from the prism, giving us once again 5 inches multiplied by the 8-inch length, which will give us 40 inches squared. The last rectangle is formed by the diagonal or the hypotenuse of the triangle and the length of the prism. So its dimensions are 6.4 inches multiplied by our 8-inch length of prism, which gives us 51.2 inches squared. Finally, we need to add the area of our bases. As a reminder, the area of a triangle is 1/2 its base times height. In our case, our base and height are 5 inches each. If we multiply those together, we get 5 times 5, which is 25, and we need to divide by 2. However, because we have two triangular bases, we need to multiply it by 2, so those two kind of cancel out. So the area of our bases are just 25 inches squared. Now that we've calculated the area of all the faces of our prism, we can now add them together. This bottom face, if you remember, is 40 inches squared, and so is the side as well. The diagonal, however, was 51.2 inches squared. And let's not forget our two triangular bases, when added together, give us 25 inches squared. And finally, when we add it all together, we get 84.2 inches squared as the total surface area of our triangular prism. To review, finding the surface area of a triangular prism is not so different from finding the surface area of a rectangular prism. I find it is best to have some sort of system when you try to find the surface area of objects. For example, I like marking out the sides I have just found. For triangular prisms, you will have three rectangles you need to find the surface area of. One formed by the base, one formed by a diagonal, and one formed by the other leg. You also have two bases, which are triangles. The formula for area of a triangle is 1/2 its base times its height. However, because you have two bases, 1 and 2, you can almost ignore dividing by 2 because you will multiply by 2 afterwards.